Welcome back to day 3. This is the crazy kick-ass Kylie.
And the fun Kate.
And passionate Paulie.
Yay! We've got Paulie joining us today, and we are so excited to have Paul here. And we're going to let him share in just a moment. But first of all, we want to know that you're here. So say g'day in the comments. Let us know that you're here, that you're watching, whether you're catching us live or if you're catching the replay. And we'd also love your feedback. So how have you gone in session 1 and 2? What are the goals you've set? What's holding you back? Give us all of the details. So I'm going to hand straight across to Kerry first of all. And Kez, would love for you, yesterday we did a beautiful theta healing and self-love meditation. So is there anything that you wanted to just share around that? Maybe things that might have come up for them or something like that.
Yeah, so look, hopefully during that session you would have, felt that beautiful, that beautiful love coming through. But, also when you open up those chakras, which we did that activation, that might be opening you up to some different sensations and different senses. So, you might be experiencing things when we actually do the theta healing sessions and we go into a bit more into your beliefs and your blocks. There'll be a lot going on in your body. It's like we've been talking a lot about releasing toxins. So when you have a lot of changes in your body, whether it's physical, emotional, or with nutrition, you still have a lot of releases going on. So, there could be maybe a headache or, something that you might be feeling. But yesterday was essentially just sending you love, but it was opening up, those energy centers along the spine and allowing you to feel a bit more. So interesting to see how you go. But look, that's very exciting. We'll keep working on that.
Yay! And we also, of course, have my amazing, gorgeous, sexy husband who's joined us, this gorgeous man here.
He's talking now.
And Paulie has, oh my goodness, 5,000 years of experience. No, he's not that old. But Paulie has lots of years experience as a personal trainer, an energy healer and a sex therapist, and helping women especially transform and feel empowered to be able to release their excess weight and live their absolute best life. And so today is all about moving forward. So we've talked about day 1 with why most weight loss programs don't work. We also talked about what's holding you back. And yesterday, after doing the self-love meditation and filling out that reflection questionnaire, you really got clarity on where you're at, where are you starting from. So today is all about moving forward. So what is your step-by-step success strategy to actually achieve the goals that you want? And if you don't have a plan, then you're planning to fail. So today, we're going to share with you the 10 healthy habits that you need to embrace moving forward. And I'm going to hand over to Paulie super soon, who's going to share a little bit of information about why an orgasm a day will help keep the doctor away and, basically getting in touch with yourself and body image and, your sexual energy and all of that really cool, exciting stuff. We're going to talk about daily rituals because your life is a direct result of your daily rituals. And then we're going to wrap it up with your step-by-step success strategy. And we're going to do all of that in under an hour. How does that sound? Awesome. Woohoo! All right. So we're going to talk about the 10 healthy habits in just a moment. But first of all this talk about sex, let's get that out first and foremost. Paulie's straight into the fire today. So Paulie, over to you.
Well, let's start with the exercise. and easing. So yeah, I guess with everything that we're talking about, the program that we've been on started, I haven't done any exercise, but still got a really good result. Physically, mentally, everything is just starting to work better. But I guess when you start something new, and I guess I'll be open, I've suffered depression, different levels for a lot of years, probably over 20 years. So motivation is probably one of the biggest things I don't have. So starting a program and you think, my goal was to lose 12 to 15 kilos of fat. So that's a mountain. So if you've got more than that to lose, it's Mount Kilimanjaro. It's huge.
I'm climbing it, baby.
And yeah, but it is. And you think, and then 3 days in, you got a headache, you got all this detoxing going on, and you're thinking, holy shit, is it really worth it?
Yeah.
So round exercises, if you're starting straight out, don't, or if you have the urge, just do a gentle walk. But it's more for me, it's been bring stuff back to a daily thing. So if you get through the day and have a win, celebrate that. Just give yourself a clap and yes, I made it. For me, it's sometimes hourly, to not succumb to the cravings of sugar and all the bits and pieces. So if it's an hourly thing, every hour I go, yes, I've made another one. Yes, I've made another one. And, there's only 6 hours and I get to go to sleep and then I can relax for 6 or 7 hours. I don't have to, do or think or be or anything. So I think that's probably one of my biggest things is take it hourly, daily, celebrate those little wins along the way. And then, a week goes by and it's not so bad. And then 2 or 3 weeks go by and, it's becomes easier.
Yeah. And I think too, yes, it's about celebrating the little wins, but don't beat yourself up if you make a mistake or you fall off, because we all have those moments. Yeah. We had ice cream last night, first time in 8 weeks, but it was one night. It was a treat. And then today it's, back on track. So, that's okay. If you fall off the wagon, it's all good. And
in any way, you just, each day you wake up, it's a new day.
Yeah.
Don't bring yesterday's crap into today.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful.
Excellent. So now on to, I guess, let's start with self-love.
Well, self-love is actually one of the 10 habits that we're going to talk about today, babe. Well, so that's perfect.
Yeah. So I guess from self-love there's many elements to self-love, in all aspects of your life. But Kylie keeps mentioning sex and sensuality, I guess I would prefer in that category. So around that, we're taught and told from a young age, I know as a male, you're told, masturbation's bad. You're going to go blind. It's not talked about in the right sense. Young people, I don't know about these days, but I know when I was a young person, you weren't empowered to love your body or be your sensual, sexual self. It was just a taboo. You couldn't talk about it. All your friends, took the piss. It was just nothing good came out of any of those conversations. The adults felt awkward of talking about it. It was just not a good period of your life, really, to set you up for a healthy, sex life with other people.
Yeah.
So I guess self-love, you have to be aware of what you enjoy.
Yeah.
And how do you know that if you don't explore your own body?
Yeah.
And this is just a general comment, but, in, I guess, the realm of relationships, man, woman, most men.
Man, woman.
Yeah.
Not discriminate.
No, I'm not. But it's just, my comment was basically, men and women think differently. Men and women have different outcomes for, a sexual encounter, let's say. And most men, I shouldn't say most. There's a good percentage of men who think with the wrong head. And, they just want one outcome. And then they bitch and moan that they don't have the amount of sex that they want. But, the erogenous zones on a woman's body is way, way, way further away from the bits that they think it is. And if they spent half an hour, to an hour touching the bits that they didn't think were erogenous, then they'd have all the sex they want.
Yeah.
And it takes, half an hour or more for a woman to relax and get out of her head. So, there's just so many elements to self-love. And I guess in that realm, exploring your own body, knowing what you like, how you like to be touched, man or woman, it doesn't matter. That helps you. And then being empowered enough or confident enough in yourself to be able to share that with your partner and guide your partner. If they're not doing it right, then guide them. Say, this is how I like it.
Yeah.
Show them. And, that way everybody wins because your partner learns something and, you get what you want. You get it how you want it. But there's a couple of exercises that I like. And I guess through my tantric massage, there's such a stigma in society around so many things. But, I guess men and women are just, what's the word? Anyway, we'll move on. It'll pop back. So with my massage, with that, it's all energy. Everything is energy. So, in going on a different tangent, if you're feeling, odd, like Kerry said, there's other feelings come up, and it's just energy. And one of my analogies was nothing to do with sex, is if you have heard a good joke or you saw something funny, you just laugh out loud and you wouldn't stop that. But men especially, when something's sad or, you're feeling like you want to cry, everybody holds it back. And it's like, it's just another emotion. You need to let it flow. Emotions just flow. And like Kerry shared yesterday with all of your chakras, it needs to flow right through you. So there's one exercise that I like to give people. And if you're shy or you're not comfortable with your body or, there's the word, back to sex. Sexy is from the inside, not from the outside. So that was
and just
what I was
on
trying
that,
to think of.
give us a yes in the comments if you want to feel sexy.
You can be
That's
any.
a heck yes for me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm getting there.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter, what you look like, what size you are, what shape you are. Sexy is from the inside, but most people attach it to the outside.
Yeah, so true.
So the little exercise is basically get naked, lie on the bed, and just breathe. Just breathe really deep in and feel as you breathe in that your breath comes in through your feet all the way up to your heart. And then as you breathe, like a little pause, and then as you breathe out, feel like it goes out, down your arms and out through your fingertips. And just do that for, however many breaths that you need, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and it just puts you in a really, really relaxed state. And then no matter how uncomfortable you feel, how, whether you don't like your body, whatever the issues are that are going on in your head, because it's all in here, then I want you to just, with the very tips of your fingers/fingernails, reach down as far as you can, and that might be halfway down your thigh to your knee. And then as you breathe in, ever so lightly with your hands, just bring your fingertips all the way as the breath comes up, your really, really light fingernails up your body, across your belly, across your boobs, and then sort of down the side of your boobs, down the side of your body, all the way back down. As you breathe out, it's going down. So your hand goes up your body as you're breathing in. That's it. That's better. I can't get that. And then down as you breathe out. Yeah. But you'll be absolutely amazed at the feelings if you've just focused on being relaxed and feeling that sensation, the tingles that you'll get all over your body. And it's just getting over that uncomfortable of touching yourself. And you're not even touching yourself like erotically, it's just touching your skin, because that's, the biggest organ we have. So having that, that's the word. Anyway.
Sensation.
Yeah, the sensation of that, it's different. If you haven't done it before, it's different. So that's probably a massive start for somebody that doesn't like the outside.
Yeah.
And
doing that with your partner as well would be the next level.
Well, I was going to give another one. It's again, it's energy. It's not sexual. Kerry and I could do it. Like it's if you've got a partner, though, obviously being naked and doing this is to another level. But basically, anybody could do it. And if I sat down, like cross-legged, and then Kylie or Kerry sat in my lap and chest to chest, and we just had our arms around each other. And then from there, we just breathe in time. So you can two ways. You can breathe in time, so you can breathe in together and out together. And obviously, if there's a size difference, like Kylie and I have to match her because obviously I'm bigger and my lungs are bigger. So it's just how it works. So so the first few minutes are a bit awkward because, you're trying to get your breath. You're thinking, oh my God, is she breathing in? Is she going to breathe out? Is it going to happen now? Like, there's just so much going on in your head. But after between 10 minutes and half an hour, it's like your two bodies, your two energy systems melt together.
Yeah.
And it's just like you become one. And you don't have to be a couple, and that's the amazing thing. It's just energy. And, I guess as a man and a woman, because the way your energy, so my positive center is essentially my groin, and my negative is my heart, and a woman is the opposite. So a woman's heart is her positive and the groin is the negative. So once you join them like that, the circle of energy, once you let go of your head, it's just absolutely amazing. The feeling of melting together as one
and the
being.
Connection.
Yeah, the connection. And, as a couple, it's absolutely goes off the chart. It's not even sexual. Like, that's the thing. It's just energy and just connection.
It's beautiful.
And how many people stop to actually do that?
Yeah, nobody.
Nobody does.
No.
And they can make such a difference in just that closeness.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah,
Huge.
it is. It's an amazing thing. But and I guess, that's where the sexual part, I guess, if you get into the energy side of stuff and create a space, a sensual space, especially for women, like, you guys are, and I guess that's where, my passion is sex and sensuality and empowering women to be sexy wherever they're at. Like, there's so much judgment in society about you need to look a certain way. If your bum's too big or your boobs are too big or you don't have any or whatever the thing is, it's just so wrong.
Yeah.
Because, you can be sexy at any, it's in here. Sexy's in here, not in here, it's in here.
And it's not a disgusting thing, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I think that's what I love about what Paul does. We've even had friends, my girlfriends, who are judgmental that I would allow my husband to do this work with women. I'm like, he's empowering them to feel beautiful and love themselves. Like, what is the issue with that? And again, it's just that programming. Yet that sexual energy is so beautiful and so sensual. And when you feel beautiful, when you love yourself and you have that loving connection with your partner, like, oh my gosh, you feel amazing. You feel so confident. If you are carrying excess weight, it will release. And, life is great.
Yeah. So I guess from that, there's, the orgasm a day keeps the doctor away. If, I'm going to say it, if you've got a headache, best thing you can do is go and give yourself an orgasm. Headache's gone.
Better than any Panadol.
Absolutely.
And it's healthy and it's natural.
So essentially, let's talk orgasms for a minute.
That prescription is from Passionate Paulie.
So there's two types of orgasms. Well, there's probably more, but two main. So there's obviously a physical one, which everybody, I guess, knows, has felt. That's the general gist of what sex or sensuality is. So, And that, you know, can take, who knows, depending on who you are, 3 minutes to 20 minutes to build up and about 10 seconds to be done. Had that feeling, love it, great, absolute, you know, nice high, and then boom, that's it. When you get into this energy state and you build up, teasing, I probably is the best word to describe it, but teasing your whole body, and you get the energy flowing
like that heightened sensation
through,
isn't it?
yeah, through your whole body. You can end up, and I guess that's where Tantra is amazing. It's just the build up of energy and the movement of energy throughout your whole body. Basically, you can get to a point, and it's a practice thing. You can't just do it, but you can have a full body orgasm. It's not like an ejaculatory orgasm. It's just it's like you're floating and you just glow, and it can last hours.
It's just like electricity is just going throughout your whole body. It's
Yeah.
just like these vibrations and sensations.
It's not just
amazing.
You know, hey, let's get excited. Boom, done. And it just does. It just lasts for hours and hours.
And it's your entire body, not just
you just tingle and glow, and
Mm.
it's just an amazing, amazing experience. So yeah, I think that's enough about sex, I think.
So, if you have any questions on that, if you're game, please have the courage. Remember, this is a safe space. And I know Paulie's probably just shared a whole world of new information that you didn't know that you didn't know. And Karen's probably just learned a whole heap as well. So, it's not sex as a disgusting thing. It's sex as a beautiful energy that is going to, one, empower you to feel amazing and beautiful and have confidence and be connected with yourself, that self-love and your body image. You know, it's all related, because if you don't have that connection in yourself, in your heart, with your body, then how on earth can you have a really loving connection with your partner, right? It's not possible. And I love the analogy, love you. You being YOU, you need to love yourself first, then others, and then the universe. And there are so many people who want to go out and make a difference to the universe, but let's start with you first. And then once you've practiced self-love with yourself, now let's start to love others, and then let's go make a difference in the world.
And can I just say this, because for me, this is slightly uncomfortable. I'm just going to be vulnerable with you guys, and there's probably a lot of you that might be feeling the same way. So I also will be working on a few of my limiting beliefs with the theta healing. This is something that we can work on together, because the things that have happened in my childhood, this isn't comfortable for me. And if you're feeling the same way, then working on this together and moving these shifts and feeling beautiful and feeling sexy, it's something that I want, a work in progress. But this is a safe place, and absolutely we can work on this together. So just putting it out there.
Yeah, and remember, anything new and different is going to be uncomfortable at first.
Yeah.
You know, do you remember as a kid when you first learned to ride a bike? Like, you didn't just jump on and you were like racing down the road. You were all wobbly, you fell over, there were bumps and bruises, you felt uncomfortable. You had someone there to support you when you started, probably mum or dad or big brother, big sister, a friend. And that's exactly the same as this journey. So we're wanting to give you this information, but this is the first tiny step in creating that awareness that now you have a little bit of information, but we also want to support you through that process. And we're going to share with you at the end of this call how we can actually support you through this process. So yeah, that's just one area that we can work on. So today we're talking about moving forward, the rituals, your strategies, the 10 habits. So we've started to talk about self-love. And of course, there are plenty of ways of self-love. It's honoring yourself. It's making time for you. It's going for that walk. It's, you know, drinking nutritious green, I know it doesn't look green, but that's filled with baby spinach. You know, putting great nutrition into your body, you know, making time for self-care, to have a shower, do your hair, you know, go get your hair done, walking, exercising, whatever that looks like for you. But it's making sure that, like the oxygen analogy on an aeroplane, you know, you've got to fit the oxygen mask to yourself before you can actually help other people. So whatever self-love looks like for you, and make it the #1 priority of your day. So what's the first thing you do when you get up in the morning? Do you grab this and start to scroll on Facebook or check your emails and see what the rest of the world wants from you? Or do you honour yourself first and do something for you? And how you start your day is going to set you up for success. So self-love. So the second habit that we're going to talk about, we'll work from the bottom of the list up, guys, is healing and letting go. So Kerry, of course, in the first 2 sessions has shared a lot around healing, but we thought we would add a little bit more around letting go. So letting go is literally choosing to not allow something to impact you anymore. So would you like to share a little bit more about that?
Yeah.
In healing and letting go?
Yeah, look, absolutely. So I think that, you know, I was talking yesterday a little bit about the issue not being the real issue. So when we're discovering ourselves through this process, and if you do want to shed those extra kilos, if it's a weight that's holding you back, if it's blocks, then what we need to do is we actually need to reprogram those so that you can move forward, because we need to heal you on the inside so that you can heal on the outside. And those limiting beliefs and those blocks, you know, there could be things, you know, that happened a long time ago that will come up and just kind of sabotage you a little bit. So by reprogramming them, changing it so that it's not a bad thing, I think we just mentioned that, like, you know, you might be uncomfortable, making it so that you can be comfortable, because until you face those fears, you can't actually start to heal. And there's a lot of healing, nutrition, body, mind. Mind is the big thing, because those things that have happened to you that you haven't been able to move on from, they're really holding you back. So you do have to be able to let them go, and you have to be able to release them. And it's okay to, because if you stay in a place where you're angry or you have resentment or you're frustrated, that eats you from the inside out as well, because all that negative energy in your body, that just creates, you know, just so many issues. And Kylie's spoken about this as well. You know, like when you're super stressed, doesn't matter what you do, that's going to hold your body back from releasing the weight. And, you know, you want to be that happy, healthy person. When you've got all those emotions in your body and you don't let them go, they can actually make you really unwell. It can actually affect your health, never mind your mental health. So you have to find a way to be able to say it's okay, to be okay with it and let it go. And we can do a lot of that with the theta healing, and we can do reprogramming and put you in a happy space so that what you've been through, we can make it okay.
Yeah. Perfect.
Just want to share quickly a meditation story.
Oh,
so
yeah.
when I first started to meditate, it was like, oh yeah, I'll try it. And I did. And it took me, I reckon, 45 minutes before I got out of my head. And I was being completely alone on the beach meditating. But I thought, you know, after that 45 minutes, I actually felt really good. So I just continued, and then I got it down to a point where 5 minutes, I could sit down, breathe, relax, get out of my head, you know, do another 5 minutes in that state and be done. But it took probably 3 months to get to that point. So it's just practice. You know, it felt weird in the beginning, but I got it down to a fine art and an efficient art where I could get in that state, do 5 minutes and feel awesome from that. But the other part of that was when we had the gyms, I trained like a machine. I ate really well.
He was a machine. He is a machine.
I was very fit, well, reasonably fit. But I don't know if you guys have mentioned the pH level in your body.
Touched on it, but
So the pH level, so the alkalinity level in your body. So I would test myself every morning, acidic, and it does me. I drank all the water. I did everything right physically. And that, when I started doing meditation, it was some time later, I just continued to test myself, and I wasn't eating as well. I wasn't training as well. and I still drank a lot of water, but when after meditation, as I meditated regularly, I became alkaline. But my diet wasn't as good, my training wasn't as good. It's like, it just shows the power of the mind, and your mental state can affect what goes on the inside. It was just, that blew me away when I found that out.
Yeah, absolutely. And we kind of, that's touching on a couple of the next points that we want to go into. So one of those is exercise, and the type of exercise, Paul, can impact you as well. So we have Kerry, who's a Zumba instructor, and Paulie and I are both master trainers, and, you know, I haven't been personal training for quite a few years now, but, you know, together we've got 55 years of experience in health and fitness, healing and well-being. So, Paul, there's so many different types of exercise, and obviously there's exercises that actually cause you to go into an acidic state. There's exercises that cause you to go into a more alkaline state. So what would you suggest are the best exercises for somebody who's wanting to release extra weight?
I would just keep it so simple, as in the exercise you do, you have to like to do.
Yeah.
So whether that's a gentle walk on the beach, it's going to put your mind in a better state. Because if you think, I've got to go and do cardio, I've got to run on a treadmill, you know, holy shit, you know, I don't care who you are. Yeah, you're just going to, after a week of pain, I know it takes 3 weeks to change your habit. You're not going to get to 3 weeks, because you're just going to go, I'm out.
Yeah. And it's going to cause stress and inflammation in your body as well.
Yeah. And, you know, I would also love any sort of exercise, and just do it within your means and build it up. So if you went for a 5-minute walk, maybe then day after or 2 days later, you do a 6-minute walk.
Yeah.
It's not a race. It's a journey.
Yeah.
And if you do that, it'll be sustainable long term.
Yeah. And Kerry, Fun K, you know, I think the three of us, one of our core values and why we all love, you know, hanging out together is our number one core value is fun. And no matter what you do, you have to have fun, because if it's fun, you want to keep doing it. And I know with Paulie and I, one of our core values when we had our 13 gyms was fun. We were the fun and friendly fitness professionals. And it was all about creating that fun environment that people wanted to keep coming back because it made them feel so good. And I know we'd have people coming going, oh, I hate lunges. And we're like, great, don't do them. There's so many different exercises you can do. Or I hate burpees. Great, I hate them too. Let's not do those. Let's do something else.
I've never made anybody do burpees on purpose in a PT, because we used to have a train the trainer once a year, and I knew it was going to come back.
So, Kez, like dancing is another way of getting in touch with your body and having fun and releasing that beautiful sexual energy.
I'll be honest, the reason I started it was because I struggled to go to the gym, and I snapped my Achilles tendon, I put on the weight, and I thought I need to find something that I can stick at, but I had to love it. So when I dance, it puts me in a happy place.
Yeah.
And then by helping other people doing that, and looking out at all these beautiful women and men with smiles on their faces and laughing at themselves, oh, what a beautiful place to be. So it was something I can keep doing because I love it, Paul. You did right. Yeah. I'll keep doing it because it just makes me feel good.
Yeah. And remembering too, it's your attitude to something that's going to make all the difference as well. So we've talked about those I am statements. And if you say, I hate exercise, guess what? You're going to hate exercise. Whereas if we reprogram those beliefs to exercise is fun, exercise makes me feel good, I love to exercise, then that's also going to shift. But as Paulie said, it's all about finding the right exercise for you and doing what you love. And for me, my favorite exercise is barefoot on the beach, watching the ocean and going for a walk. And, you know, that puts me in the most incredible mental state. It gives me so much clarity, and I can come back, feel amazing, and just be so focused at what I do. Dancing, Zumba is also lots of fun, but ask me to run and I'm probably going to want to punch you. But I also love boxing. Now, boxing is hard, but it is so good for stress relief, especially if something's happened that's really frustrated you or pissed you off. Like, there'd be sometimes I'd like, Polly, I need a boxing session. He'd be too scared to hold the mitts for me. So, you know, whatever is right for you.
You got nothing.
Oh, right, game on. So, again, finding what's right for you, but also listening to your body, being consciously aware of where you're at, because what works for you today might not be the best thing for you tomorrow. And if you've got some challenges with your body, maybe swimming is going to be the best thing for you, right? You know, I know that there's an incredible top trainer who, you know, at one point said to me, oh, swimming's no good, it doesn't give you enough of a workout. Well, you go tell that to any sports athlete training for a swimming event in the Olympics. Like, it's crazy. So do what you love, and if you love water, go for a swim. We used to go wakeboarding. Oh my goodness, wakeboarding is crazy good exercise. It works every part of your body. And the other thing is, find something that you can do with your kids, and also find stuff that you can do in 5 minutes a day. You know, when I'm focused on my computer and I'm really working in my launch zones, you know, I know that's when self-love and self-care and exercise is the most critical for me. So I work on a 25-minute timer, 25-minute timer, Pareto principle, 25 minutes, and then I have a 5-minute break. But in that 5-minute break, I might pump up the music of my favorite song and just dance around the house with the kids and be stupid, you know, but you do that a few times a day and it's all going to start to add up. So that's really cool too. All right. So that is healthy habit number 3, exercise. So the next one is clarity. Now, most people live in a state of overwhelm and confusion, and that's because they don't have clarity. So clarity is power. So clarity comes down to being crystal clear, as I like to say, having soul conscious clarity on knowing exactly what you want, knowing exactly who you are, and knowing exactly what you need to do to actually fulfill on all of your dreams and goals. And that's where this 3-day reset has kind of come from, is giving you clarity on what works and what doesn't work when it comes to you living your happiest and healthiest life. But here's the scary thing. You are going to be, for the rest of your life, in a constant cycle of clarity, confusion, clarity, confusion, clarity, confusion, because that's what happens. So like today, you probably learned a whole heap of new information about sexual energy and sensuality from Paulie that you'd never heard of before. So you may have gone into a state of confusion over that because it's something new. So then you start practicing, you start learning, then you get into a state of clarity. But then you go to the next level of learning, and then you go back into confusion. So if you're in confusion, that's okay, because that's part of getting clarity. If you're in clarity, awesome, but no, as you learn and evolve, you're going to go back into confusion. So it's one of those cycles, but it's also where it's really important to have a coach or a guy or someone that you can work with. And, you know, a lot of my clients call me their clarity coach, because on every call I help them get clarity. And, you know, that's all part of moving forward as well.
Can I just share quickly?
You certainly can.
How
could I say no to you?
One of the turning points in managing my depression was, in the early days, obviously you have massive highs and it's great, and then you have the big drop and big black dark hole, and I couldn't understand why I couldn't get out of that cycle. And I was aiming for the flat line, all right, the flat line along the. I just wanted things to be just nice, and when I realised it's never going to be like that. It's just about not limiting the highs, but limiting the lows. But life goes along like that.
Yeah.
So once you're clear that if you're on and up, there's only one way to go.
Yeah.
And then when you're down, there's only one way to go. So it's just accepting that life is like that. Journey of life is that.
Yeah.
And limiting the lows has just been, you know, once I recognise that's where I'm headed, you know, I've got strategies to put in place and limit that.
And that's the key, isn't it? It's having those strategies on when you're in the lows of how to actually manage you. You can't avoid stress. You can't avoid change. You can't avoid adversity. It's all part of life. But when you have a plan in place and the right circle of influence and support around you to support you, you know, and I love when you have meltdowns or breakdowns. I tell my clients all the time, because what's on the other side of a breakdown? A breakthrough. So when you have the breakdown, the meltdown, it's awesome, because that's part of transformation. Transformation isn't an easy, smooth line, as Paul shared. It's messy, but out the other side, OMG, it's totally worth it.
Yeah, that journey, it's like a kid drawing a squiggly line, really.
Oh, very cool. Okay, and clarity is power. So when you have that clarity, OMG, you feel like you are so powerful, you have so much confidence, and you have the courage that you can just go do anything. All right, so the next one is focus and having a vision. So being able to visualize, and we talked about that, I think, in session 1, focus. And for me, I love the acronym for focus, follow one course until successful. So if you talk to Bill Gates or Warren Buffett, arguably two of the most successful leaders on the planet, when asked independently what was the number one thing that's attributed to their success, they both said focus. And so therefore, the biggest thing that takes people away from achieving their goals is distractions. So it's having that vision of knowing where you're going, but then it's having the discipline to stay focused. And most people, you know, it's why only 3% are pros and 97% are amateurs, because amateurs just get taken out by distractions. The next bright, shiny object, oh, blue butterfly, or it gets too tough, like as Paulie said, like, you know, day 3, you've got the headaches and the withdrawals, and oh, is it even worth it? No, it's too hard. And we must all suffer the pain of two things, the pain of discipline or the pain of disappointment. So is this going to be another groundhog year for you? Is this going to be another year of disappointment where you allowed those distractions to creep in? Or is this going to be your best year yet? And it comes down to you declaring it, making a decision, cutting off the alternative. Like a declaration, New Year's declaration is exactly that. It's a declaration. Like you are not drawing a line in the sand, as one of our mentors said. It's digging a ditch. There's no going back. There is only moving forward. And that is where you need to be at with your focus. Like we've talked about having that burning desire, which is actually our next habit, you know, so you need to be so clear of why you're doing this. Why is this important? You know, what is the impact of having it? What's the impact of not having it? Right? So did you want to add some more on burning desire?
Yeah, look, I think, like for me, recently, because I had met the gorgeous Kylie and Paul, which is incredible. I actually recently went on a holiday and I sat on the beach and I actually recorded myself and I went, if I didn't have to work, what is it that I would absolutely love in my life? And I was absolutely specific with what I wanted to attract and manifest. And this has a lot to do with vision. But, you know, I wanted to be able to work from home. I wanted to, you know, have an amazing circle of influence, which I now have. But I absolutely sat down and said, what did I want in my life? And I was dead set clear on what I wanted, what came into my life. Those few weeks after I made that declaration was incredible, because I met Kylie and I found a lady where I could work with animals, and I've got an opportunity to work from home. And that has changed everything for me. But you have to know where you're going and what you want. You have to be specific, because if you're clear and you've got that focus and that vision, you can manifest what you want. Absolutely you can.
Yeah, and anything is possible. You know, you have a choice. You can consciously choose anything. So what do you choose? Alrighty, so the next one is, we're going to hand over to Kerry for this one. So the next one is having good nutrition, gut health. You know, if you're not healthy, it impacts all areas of your life. And I know for me, in our business, we had achieved, like we had built to the top 0.1% in our network marketing company. And we were having great results in our coaching company. We've got a business called the Kickassity Academy, which focuses on helping people to create, launch and scale their businesses online so they can make a greater impact doing what they love, but having the freedom to do what they want. And we'd hit a level, and I knew that the thing that was holding us back was me and my health, because I was carrying those excess 50 kilos. And so I had made a decision. I was ready to transform me and my health so that we could then transform our business. And, you know, I've released, thanks to Kez and this incredible whole health program and nutrition, these beautiful, yummy shakes, I have actually released 10 kilos, which is incredible. But the cool thing is we've transformed the life of our family. I have way more focus and energy. But guess what? We have 10x'd our business. That's and add an extra zero, 10 times the income because I've focused on myself and my health. And when I look back over our business life, like we've been in business now for 22 years, and every time we were at the top of our game in our business, it was when I was at the top of my game with my health. So on that note, I'm going to hand over to Kerry to talk about this next healthy habit, which of course is health and nutrition and gut health.
Look, it is, and I went on a 30-day program myself, and I think one of the analogies we have that I love is that we, and Paul, you like this one, we all take our car to a mechanic to be serviced, and we clear everything out, we get our car working great, it's faster, it's, you know, it's more economical. When do we stop and reset our bodies? Because over time, when we're eating processed foods, we've got toxins from the environment, we've got, you know, we have takeaways, we have the chocolate, the wine, my nemesis. You know, your body is struggling to constantly use all its eliminating organs to keep everything clean, to keep your body functioning. So, you know, we don't help ourselves in just over 30 days. If you take the time to cut out the inflammatory, the addictive foods, you know, your dairy, your alcohol, your sugar, your gluten, and just give your body a break, it is going to change everything, because this is what Kylie did, this is what I've done. Paul's had amazing results, because all of a sudden your body can start to function properly, and that energy it was using to put into trying to keep itself balanced, it can now put into healing itself and giving you that clarity, the better sleep, the energy. My energy after the 30 days, and I kept doing it, over 90 days changed everything for me. So it's so important. If you've got a bad diet, you've got bad gut health. When you've got bad gut health, you've got bad mental health. And we have this cycle because your gut health is like your second brain. And when we're not feeding it properly, and in this day and age where a lot of our food is processed, we have GMOs, we have pesticides, and the soil is depleted just from years of not going back to nature and keeping it healthy, our bacteria in our stomach is just so bad compared to what it should be. And we need to get it back to a state where it's actually helping us build our immune system, it balances our blood sugars, it helps our hormones, it just gets our body back to functioning properly. And that's where we need to have it at least once a year, doing that reset, whether you need to lose weight or not. It's not a weight loss program. What it does do is reset your body and get back into balance, and it will find its weight where it's supposed to be, because that's where you're healthy. So for me, it was changing, you know, it was having the shakes. And as Paul has mentioned, you know, we don't want it hard, we want it simple. And this 30 days was so easy to follow that it was so easy to stay on it. And when you started getting results straight away, and after the first week when you feel amazing, you want to stay this way, because you don't know what healthy feels like until you're healthy. And when you get there, you're like, I'm not going back. No.
Exactly. We actually celebrated Christmas together this year, which was just so beautiful. And we all made a conscious choice to have a healthy Christmas. And the food was amazing, wasn't it? Oh my gosh. It was the most lavish bread, but it was all super yummy, super nutritious, super healthy, super foods, like OMG. It felt like such a special treat, but it was all incredible. And yes, we did have a few glasses of wine. Paulie had a couple of beers, but then that was it. Like the next day, like we're done. We're just back to the plan. And, you know, I have tried so many different weight loss programs in the past, and nothing worked for me. And this has been the easiest plan to stick to. Like these shakes, the way that Kerry has taught me to make them with the frozen baby spinach, a drop of peppermint oil, it's like a choc mint shake, choc mint bar in a shake. OMG, it is so yummy, so nutritious, so healthy that even Alana, our 12-year-old, she would rather have one of those now than takeaway, which is amazing. And if you're like me and you're so super busy all the time, it's so quick and easy, you know. So it's not a shake diet, it is real food. However, you do need to supplement your body with the right nutrition, and you know, that's where Kerry and this program, you know, it's just transformed every part of our life.
And it's whole plant foods, and it's for 30 days to healthy living and beyond. So it's educating you to get back to eating those beautiful organic whole foods that are going to fuel your body. It's not what you eat, it's what you absorb.
Yeah.
So it's changing those habits and being healthy again with your food choices.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just add to your gut health and like the microbiome.
Yes.
There's more documentaries coming out now that are proving that that is your second brain, except it's more powerful than this one.
Yeah.
And you get that right, and all your ailments just disappear.
Yeah.
They just go into.
And disease can't be in an alkaline body.
Yeah.
Look at keeping our bodies alkaline.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And look, in 30 days, my results way past my. You know, I expected to lose some weight. It's easier for men to lose weight than women. So you know, I lost 5 kilos, which I was really happy about. But the benefits past that was I felt amazing. Like in my golf, because I'm obviously a golf professional as well, I actually felt more.
Obviously.
I don't know if you didn't mention that. But
he's a professional golfer. He's a sports athlete.
I'm not overly flexible as an athlete, but I actually felt a little bit more movement in my spine. So it even helped my golf.
Yeah. And you do want to just touch on endurance, because I know that this made a difference. You know, Paulie was feeling really tired by the end of a round of golf.
Yeah, so there's some days, you know, I get up at 4:30 and, you know, do what I need to do and then go and play golf after lunch. And by the end of the day, I'm absolutely knackered. But, you know, just having all this nutrition in my system, you know, the next day I was ready to go again instead of being, oh, got to get up.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, which is so powerful.
Yeah.
And he's playing amazing, just saying. Alrighty, so I think we've covered health, gut health, nutrition. And of course, if you want more information, we can help you with that as well. Alrighty, so the next one is having the right circle of influence, the right mastermind, the right environment. And I talked about, here we go, my Bible, Think and Grow Rich. If you want to achieve results in any area of your life, you know, this is such an incredible book. And one of the things that he talks about in here is your mastermind, your circle of influence, having the right people around you. And in just a moment, at the end of this session, once we share these next couple of healthy habits with you, we're going to invite you to come play with us. Because together, the three of us would love to be in your corner, in your circle of influence, because there are going to be people around you who are going to cheer you on and support you and encourage you. But there's also going to be plenty of people, those crabs in the bucket, that are not going to want you to change. They don't want you to make those healthy choices. They don't want you to, you know, step up, step into your power and to shine, because you know, that's actually going to make them go into the shadow. They don't want that. So they're going to do everything in their power to sabotage you and hold you back. So you've got to look at who's in your circle of influence and making sure that, you know, the people that you love sometimes can be your biggest dream stealers. They can be the people who are pulling you down. So who's in your corner who has your best interests at heart? Who's there to help you succeed, but also identifying who's not. So that's really important as well. So we did touch on burning desire. So if you don't have a strong enough why, if your why doesn't make you cry, then you haven't gone deep enough. And it's, you know, peeling back the layers of the onion to get really clear on why is this important. You know, having a vision board, being able to visualize and seeing what you want, but also being clear on the impact of what life is like if you don't have this. And it's another Groundhog Year. It's another year of not living your best life. And I can tell you right now, if you have gotten to this part of the call, we've been online for 53 minutes, you are here not by chance. You are being called to step into your power because the world needs you. There are people out there who need your help, and they're waiting for you to transform your health and your life so that you can actually make the impact that you're being called to make. Okay, so the next one, second last one, we're nearly there, is planning. So having a plan, knowing what are your daily rituals. So from everything that we've been through today and over the last
3 days, you should be pretty clear by now what your goals are, what is your focus for 2020, and then you basically need to look at your life right now. So take a photo, like a snapshot, and look at what are your daily habits that are not going to take you closer to your goals, and what are those daily rituals that you need to practice every day to actually take you closer to your goals. So for example, if you want to release, and my mission for 2020 by Christmas next year is to release 50 kilos. So I have now released 10 of those, 20% of the way there, which is really exciting. So I know if I drink coffee with sugar in the morning, that is not going to get me to my goal. If I drink wine every day, that is not going to get me to my goal. If I'm super stressed, that's not going to get me to my goal, right? So it's identifying what are all those daily habits that you need to replace or switch with those positive habits. And it's then saying, okay, what am I committing to? And for me, I committed to good nutrition. I actually chose to go vegan. Now, it doesn't mean I'm going to be vegan for the rest of my life, but we know that vegan is the best way to get into your best health and to transform your body the fastest to be able to beat your optimum. So I have chosen to be vegan as one of my choices moving forward. And if you'd like it, we'll pop a link to a documentary called The Game Changer. Did you want to just quickly cover that actually?
Oh, we're conscious of time.
Okay, conscious of time. We'll pop a link there. It's amazing. Just watch it.
I can't replicate the video.
It's incredible. Even our kids loved it. They immediately were like, oh my gosh, Mum, we've got to do this. It's really good. So, so what are your daily rituals? So what are you giving up? And what are the daily rituals that you're taking on moving forward? And the number one, we've gone from 10 up the list here. Drum roll, the last healthy habit. Can you guess what it is? Can you guess? Orgasms. We've talked about orgasms as part of self-love. Oh, Kerry's giving you a clue. So the number one healthy habit for you to live your absolute best, most successful life is your beliefs and mindset. Because whether you believe you can or you can't, either way, you are absolutely right. And it's discovering what are those limiting blocks and beliefs that are holding you back. And of course, that's where Kerry can help with speed of healing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And if your block is around yourself and intimacy and, that sort of thing, well, maybe it's Paul that you need to talk to. And he can guide you through some exercises with self-love, because if that's a block, if that's there for you, again, you're going to be hanging on to that. And that's not going to be able to help you achieve your goals in 2020. So let's do a quick recap of those 10 healthy habits for you to be able to move forward. So number one, having the right beliefs and mindset. Kez, number two
is planning, strategy, and I haven't got glasses.
Rituals. Yay. And Paulie, what's number three?
Planning design.
Woohoo! Number four is having the mastermind, that circle of influence, the right environment to support your success.
And the nutrition, gut, health.
Woohoo! That's number five.
Focus and vision.
Number seven was clarity.
And then we have exercise.
And I'm coughing. Number 9, Paulie.
Healing and letting go.
And number 10 is self-love. Now, you two need to talk for 30 seconds while I drink some water.
Excellent.
So exercise, you can add exercise.
Yes.
There's good cardio.
Oh my goodness. All right, just had a little tickle in my throat. So let us know in the comments, has that been valuable for us? Daniela, I can see you.
For them.
But for you. Oh my goodness.
Oh, and us.
And us, yeah. It's been valuable for us. Daniela, thank you so much for your comments, beautiful. And I will reply to those when we get offline. Hey, Ruth, welcome. Great to have you here, lovely. Alrighty, so we've shared a lot of information with you over this past 3 days, and we hope that we haven't left you an information overwhelmed. The idea was to actually give you clarity, to realize, what you have been doing up until this point in time isn't working. And if it was working, then you'd already have the results and be, you know, what do they say? Thin, happy, and rich. So the reason that you're not where you want to be is because something needs to change. And when you go it alone, it can be really scary. It can be really overwhelming. It can be really confusing. And it's super easy for those distractions and those dream stealers to pull us away from our dreams and goals. And only 8% achieve their New Year's resolutions goals. And we don't want you to be a statistic. So we would love to invite you to the ultimate 30-day transformation where you get to hang out with us. So you will have a weekly call with us. So you get one call with me, the crazy kick-ass Kylie. You also get a call with our incredible Paulie. And you get 2 amazing calls with the beautiful Kez, so that she can actually do some one-on-one theatre healing with you as well. Not only that, we are going to arrange for you to get a 30-day nutrition pack, which is absolutely incredible. It's the program that Paulie and I have been on. So I lost almost 6 kilos in my first 30 days. Already released another 4 kilos in the second one, about to do the weigh-in. So I'm pretty certain it's going to be at least another 5 or 6 kilos in this second month as well, which is incredible.
That is incredible.
Now we have Mandy on the call with us, and Mandy released, was it 38 kilos?
Yes.
Mandy lost 38 kilos in 6 months on this program, which is absolutely amazing.
It's amazing.
There are so many success stories of people who've done this program, and as Kerry said, it's so much more than a weight loss program. You know, this is a program for you to identify what's holding you back and absolutely make this your absolute best year yet. So I'm going to share, I was trying to share a link for you in the comments. And right now, we're not here to sell you anything, because we actually don't know if you're a good fit for this program. And we also don't know if you are the right people, or if we're the right people to support you. So we want to make sure that we're a good fit. We need to understand what your goals are so that we can best support you moving forward. So whilst we have an incredible program, which is 30 days and beyond, so it's a commitment of 30 days that you will have the 3 of us in your corner to support you, we want to jump on a call with you first and foremost. So Kerry and I have blocked out some time over this next week to basically jump on and do a 1-hour transformation call with you. So in that call, we're going to help you get clarity on exactly what you want to achieve in 2020. We're going to help you get a step-by-step plan to achieve that. And then Kerry is going to do a one-on-one theta healing session with you to remove any of the blocks that may be holding you back. Now, that session is absolutely free. Now, we are offering that to anybody who has completed this 3-day reset program. And then from that call, you are going to get massive value. Like, that call alone is valued at $288 to have both of us together for an hour. You're going to get so much from that. Now, obviously, there will be an investment after that call if you do want to continue working with us. So there is the ultimate transformation program where you have the 3 of us. It is a significant investment. It's $697 US, but that's also going to include your nutrition pack. Paul and I actually saved, we worked out $500 in 1 month just because we cut out all of the crap. So we actually made money by joining this program, which was incredible. Now, I'm also a life and a business coach and strategist. So, you know, having me to be able to help you get clarity on what you want for your life and to actually make an impact doing what you love, make more money in less time in a leveraged way, and then have the freedom to do what you want. Like, OMG, that's amazing, right? To have Kerry be able to remove those limiting beliefs, because when you remove the beliefs, anything's possible.
Can
You
change
can
all areas of
achieve
your life.
anything. And to be able to work with Paulie, my gosh, like I have seen the transformation that Paul has helped others, and especially women, achieve. When you love yourself, when you feel beautiful and you have that confidence, again, anything is possible. The difference that's going to make in you, your life, your relationships, your career, you know, as a mother, like, oh my gosh, like just incredible. So you are going to have so much support. So I've shared the link in the comments. It's kikasity.com/HHG transformation. So you can just go to the link in the comments there. We are so excited to work with you to help you make 2020 your absolute best year yet. And as we said, this is so much more than a weight loss program. This is a transformation program. And without it, you know, really you're leaving this year to chance, and we don't want you to have another Groundhog Year. So click the link, register. When you click the link, you are going to be, you'll see a questionnaire. There are a lot of questions in there, and it's by design, because if you're too half-assed to fill out the questions, then you're not a good fit for us. We want people who are serious, who are ready, and who are committed to their health, their happiness, and making 2020 their best year yet. So please take the time. It's going to probably take you 10 to 15 minutes to complete the questionnaire so that we can also give you the absolute best value on that free strategy call as well. And there is absolutely no obligation. Come and do the free session with Kerry and I, and if we're not a good fit, we're going to tell you. And if we can't help you, we're going to be real and we're going to tell you. But if even the 697 price point is out of the picture for you, then there may be some other options that we can guide you with as well. So let us know in the comments what has been the most valuable part of this 3-day reset. Let us know in the comments, what are you committing to? What have you learned? What was the most value, and what are you taking on? And our wish for you is that 2020 is everything you've ever dreamed of, multiplied by infinity, because you only have one life and time's ticking, and you, your dreams, your goals, and your family are all absolutely worth it. So thank you for joining us, and we can't wait to see you on the strategy call. So make sure you register now. Bye.